and welcome to week 4 of our balance class. Again, I'll remind you about our resource. Email address on top there. You can always pop us an email and we'll be able to send you out the resource pack about all the exercises in the class and some more information about exercise and staying active here as well. Also, you can always go back to the start and start from week 1 if you haven't begun the program yet. I'd also just like to point out, if anyone's feeling that this may be a little bit too easy or they need to progress a little bit more, you can always just add an extra set of your exercises in. So instead of just doing 2 exercises on one leg, just increase that to 3 exercises. You can just pause the video, do an extra set of exercises on that side, and then continue on to the next exercise or the next side. So we're going to jump straight into a warm-up now. Okay, so to begin our warm-up, we're just going to move out from the back of the chair. So we want to have a gap between our back and the chair, so we're not resting against the back of the chair. Okay, we're sitting up nice and tall. All 4 feet of the chair are flat on the ground. Both our feet are nice and flat on the ground. Alright, if your chair is wobbling or it's not in a steady position, move it around to get in a steady position, or maybe switch chairs. Okay, so we're going to begin. Just going to roll the ankles first, get the joints warmed up, and back in the opposite direction. Okay, and then pull your toes back towards you and point them away. Pull the toes back towards you and point them away. Pull the toes back towards you, point them away. Again, keep going. One more time, in and out. Okay, so foot nice and flat on the ground again. We're going to go with the opposite leg now. So again, rolling that foot around clockwise to begin with. And we're going to go the opposite way. So if you have any aches or pains in any of these exercises or in the warm-up, you can always just sit out for that exercise and move on to the next one. Okay, so stop that and then just pull the toes in and point away. Pull the toes in, point away. Keep doing that. Nice and controlled. All the way in, all the way out. Okay, feet back to the floor now. So now we're just going to marching on the spot, lifting the feet up and down. Just nice and gently to begin with. And as you get comfortable, you can lift the legs up a little bit higher as we go. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to begin with the right leg here. We're just going to lift it up nice and high and out to the side. So bring it back in again. Nice and high and out to the side. Just imagine the dog or your cup of tea is sitting down at the bottom of the floor and you're just trying to lift your leg up over it. Out to the side and back in. Just trying to open those hips out. Get the joint moving. Okay, we'll just go one more time. Out and back in. Okay, and onto our left leg. So bring it out to the side and back in. You can hold the sides of your chair for a bit of support and balance. But just remember, keep your back out from resting on the back of the chair. You have to stay up nice and tall the whole way through our exercises. One more. And back we go. Okay. So this time we're going to get the feet moving again, except this time we're just going to lift the knees up a little bit higher and you're going to try and move on the chair now. So you're getting the legs up enough that you can just move around nice and slow. Don't have to be too fast. You take smaller steps. Don't need to have big steps each time. And again, if you're feeling any pain or any discomfort in any of these exercises, you just sit out and move on to the next one. So we're just going to do this one more time, all the way around. And back again. And we'll just come back to the centre. Okay, so that's the lower body done just for now. We're going to start working on the upper body a wee bit. So we're just going to get the hands and the fingers warmed up first. So you're just going to touch each finger off the thumb. So try not to look. Try and keep the hands down and look straight ahead and just get those fingers moving. Try and touch each one. Now we're just going to get the fingers moving all at the same time as if you're an expert on the piano. Get them moving up and down, up and down. And we're going to move it into the wrists now, so just rolling the wrists around. Try and keep the elbows and the shoulders steady. And we're just moving the wrists as best we can. So you can go nice and slow. Concentrate on moving them around, and then we're going to change direction. Again, nice and steady, nice and controlled. If you have a watch or any jewellery that's hampering you from doing this, just take it off. Get these exercises done right. Okay, so we'll stop that. Start with the hands out in front, pull them up towards you, and back down. Up towards you, and back down. That's it. Again, any pain or any aches during any of these exercises, you just move on to the next one. Okay, and we're going to get the arms fully moved into this one now, so just going to bring the arms up, hands to try and touch the shoulders and let them swing back down again. Just up to touch the shoulders and back down. Nice and controlled all the time. If you're comfortable, you can just let the arms swing a little bit more. Okay, last one. Alright, so again, keeping the arms warmed up, we're just going to push out in front and squeeze as we come back. So push out in front and squeeze the back, trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together as you come back. So again, just find your range of movement nice and controlled. You don't have to bring the arms up too high, you can do it a bit lower down if it's more comfortable. If you have any pain or stiffness in the shoulder, just find your range of motion where it's comfortable to do the exercise. Don't force yourself through any pain. And again, if it does cause any pain, you can just skip this and move on to the next bit. So again, just keep pushing it and back, out, and back, out, and back, out, and back. Last one. Alright, now we're just going to get the lower back warmed up a little bit. So this time, just keep the hands on the knees, the feet are firmly flat on the ground. Again, make sure that the seat is nice and flat on the ground for this one, alright? And you're just going to lean forward and back up nice and tall. Lean forward and back up nice and tall. Nice and controlled each time. Don't go too far forward, just where you're comfortable, and then come back up. And as you go, if you're feeling a bit more comfortable, you can lean out a little bit further, but again, only as comfortable as you're comfortable. And back up. So we're just going to move the head now. So just turn to the left and to the right. Nice and controlled. Not too fast. That's it, nice and controlled. And then slowly just roll the head clockwise. And just find a range of motion that's comfortable for you. You don't have to make too big a circles. And then we're going to go back the opposite way. Again, find a range of motion that's comfortable for you. If it causes any pain, just move on to the next exercise. Okay, and then last one before we get into the good stuff, we're just going to roll the shoulders. So lifting the shoulders up as if you're trying to get the shoulders to rub off the ears. Up and back. Up and back. That's it. Keep it going. And we'll try and change direction, so bring them back and forward. Again, try and get them up nice and tall at the top and back down. And that's us all warmed up for now. So you can take a quick drink of water, and then we're going to get into the main exercises now, where we work on a bit of strength and a bit of balance. This exercise is called the seated leg raise. So to begin, make sure our chair is nice and flat on the ground, nice and steady. Again, we need that gap between our back and the chair, so you just move your bum out from the back of the chair, feet flat on the ground, sit up nice and tall. So you can hold on to the side of the chair for a bit of balance if you need to. And then we're going to begin on the right leg, just lifting the leg up, hold and down. Lifting it up, hold and down. Nice and controlled each time. So it just takes a second or two to bring the leg up, hold it for a second or two, and then 1 or 2 seconds on the way back down. We're just going to repeat this for 10 times. 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm just going to rest for about 20 seconds. So while you're taking your rest, you can have a drink of water, or just assess yourself, make sure you're feeling okay. Again, if it causes any pain during the exercise, just sit this one out. You can do it on the opposite leg, or just sit out the exercise completely and move on to the next one. So off we go again. Bring that right leg up and back down, nice and controlled each time. Controlling the way up and the way down. So it should be a nice smooth movement all the time. You shouldn't be going faster on the way up or on the way down. Halfway there. One more. And 10. Okay. So again, just give yourself another 20 seconds rest or so, and we move on to the left leg. So we've done our 2 sets on the right, and the left leg's turn now. So again, the right foot stays flat on the ground, and we lift the left knee up and back down, nice and controlled. So just the exact same, the opposite leg. 3, 5, 6, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. If 10 reps is too hard, you're finding it very tiring, just bring the reps down. So if 5 is tasking enough for you, just do 5 for the time being, and you can build it up as time goes on. So again, we have about 20-second rest before we'll start again. So off we go, lifting the leg up and back down, nice and controlled each time. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so you've 2 sets done on each leg. If you feel like you need to do more, you can always add in an extra set or a couple of extra reps if it's not tasking enough yet. And if it's too difficult, just do 1 set to begin with on each leg, or even reduce the reps down on each leg. On to the next. Exercise is called seated to standing. Alright, so again we have our space between our back and the chair, bum begins nice and flat, and our feet are nice and flat on the ground. Alright, so important this time, try and keep your hands from resting on top of your legs here, okay? We want to try and keep them down by our side through this exercise. And all you're going to do is push it down into your heels, stand up, and nice and controlled on the way back down. So a taller chair helps this. So if you find your chair might be a bit too low, if you have a taller chair, that'll work better for this exercise. So we're going to begin now, just standing up and then come back to our seated position. So off we go, up and back down, nice and controlled on the way down. Our chair is always going to be there to catch us. And if you're feeling a bit uncomfortable with your chair, you can push it up against the wall so you know it's definitely not going to slide or move anywhere. It's always going to be behind you. Nice and controlled, down and back up. Again, trying to keep those hands free, but we're not using them to push off our legs. We're just going to do 2 more reps now. Up, control down. Last one. Nice and tall and controlled on the way back down. So we're just going to rest here for a few seconds and then we'll begin again. So like I said, because this exercise is uses a bit more of your muscle, it might take a bit longer for you to recover from this one, or you might need to do a few less reps the next time. So instead of doing 10 reps, maybe you only do 5 or 6. So if you're feeling alright, we're going to get back into our second set. If you need to take a bit more time to rest, that's okay. All you need to do is hit pause in the video and press play when you're ready. So if anyone's ready, we're going to begin now. Up we go. And back down. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. If you're starting to feel tired, you can just sit down now and rest. You don't need to continue. 8. Just do 2 more. Last one. Up and back down. So again, we'll rest for a few seconds now before we move on to our next exercise. This exercise is called the calf raise. So again, back out from the chair, bum flat, feet flat on the ground. Now, you can do this exercise one leg at a time or both legs together. We're going to do it both legs together, but if you're finding that too tasking, just do one leg at a time. So one leg at a time will look like this. You'll keep one leg flat and the other one will be walking. Alright? Now, we're going to begin with both legs. Alright? So, both feet flat. Rest your hands down by your side for a bit of balance. And you're just going to push up onto your toes and come back down. So up onto your toes and back down. Nice and controlled on the way up. Hold at the top for a second and smooth on the way back down. That's it. So you're controlling those heels on the way back down, but don't just let them fall back into the floor. Just going to do 2 more. Last one. Pushing down into the ground with toes and back down nice and controlled. And again, we'll take a few seconds break. If you're feeling that there's not enough break during any of these exercises, all you have to do is hit pause in the video, give yourself a little bit extra time to rest, and when you feel ready, just press play again. So we're going to go again with this one. Again, start off with your feet flat, rest your hands down, sit up nice and tall, and push those toes down into the ground. Heels come up. So 1 done, 2, 3, 4. So as you can see, some of these exercises are quite easy or simple to do. You could do them while you're watching the telly or just after you've had your lunch sitting at the kitchen table. And last one, pushing up and back down. So that's our calf raise. Exercise is called the standing leg curl, okay? So I'm going to use my chair because it's a good solid chair. You may need to use a countertop or tabletop, somewhere you can rest your hands and you're confident that it's going to support your weight if you need to lean on it or rest on it a little bit more, alright? So we're going to be working the back of the leg here. All I'm going to do, rest the hands, stand up nice and straight. Right foot's going to be nice and flat on the ground, and we're going to work the left leg here. Pull the left heel up towards your bum and let it control back down, nice and steady. 3, 4, so try and squeeze the muscle as you pull back up, and nice and controlled on the way down. If you feel any pain during this exercise, you can always try it on the opposite leg or just move on to the next exercise. So just one more time, pull up and back down. So again, you're just going to rest now for a minute, or not a minute, a few seconds. If you ever need any more time to rest during any of the exercises, just hit pause in the video and press play then when you're feeling like you can move on. So we're going to go again, left leg again, up nice and tall, rest the hands and curling up and back down, nice and controlled, nice and steady. Halfway there. This is tighter on the edge, you can always do fewer reps, take a longer rest. 8, 9, just one more rep, and 10. Okay, so we're going to move on to the opposite leg now. So it's the same format again. Resting the hands on the chair or on the countertop, wherever you're comfortable. Left leg nice and flat on the ground. Stand up nice and tall and just pull the heel up towards you. Right leg this time. Squeeze the muscle again. So you should be working the back of the leg. Halfway there, keep it going, nice and controlled, on the way down. 2 more reps, 9 and 10. So again, we'll rest for a few seconds before we go again. And if you're feeling any pain, any discomfort in this exercise, you can just move on to the next exercise. Okay, so same again, rest the hands down, stand up nice and tall, pull the heel back towards you, and nice and controlled on the way down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's our standing leg curl. If you need to do any more exercise, you could do another set of those, or if it's too difficult, just do one set or do fewer reps on each set. This exercise is called knee bends. So we're going to begin again holding on to our countertop or our chair. Feet about shoulder width apart, so just move them out nice and wide. Stand up nice and tall. And all we're going to do is bend the knees, let them come forward, and stand back up nice and tall. So nice and steady, let the knees come down, back up nice and tall. Try and look straight ahead now, keep the head up, and back up again. So try not to look down at the knees or at the floor. Just trust your body to move down nice and steady and back up. If you're having any pains or aches while you do this exercise, you can just move on to the next one. So we're going for 10 reps here. So nearly there, just 3 more to do. One more, then, and back up. So again, we'll take about 10 or 20 second break before we move into the next one. if you feel like you need a longer break in any of these exercises, just hit pause on the video, and when you're feeling ready, just press play again. So let's get set up again. Hands resting on the chair, get the feet nice and wide. Try and keep the toes pointing straight ahead if you can. Try and look out in front, bend the knees, come back up nice and tall. Nice and steady on the way down, back up nice and tall. Down and back up. 5, halfway there. 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Okay, so that's our knee bend done. This exercise is called heel to toe standing. So what we're going to do, holding on to a good sturdy chair, table or a countertop for support, rest one hand on it. So we're going to go right foot out in front, left foot behind. So your toe should be touching your heel, and you're going to stand up nice and tall in that position and hold that for 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come back, feet nice and flat, and rest for 10. So if you feel like that's a bit too easy, you can do it without holding on any support, alright? But we'd recommend hold on for the first couple of tries, just so you know where your ability is at. So we're going to go again. This time we're going to place our left foot in front of our right, toes touching the heel as best you can, stand up nice and tall and balance for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, come back to our resting position. We're going to repeat this again on each foot. So if you find 10 seconds is too long and you're wobbling a bit too much, don't have to try for 10. We can go for 5 seconds and work our way up to 10. So ready to go again. Try and put the right foot out in front, touching the toes behind, holding on for support, up nice and tall, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to resting again. This is very good, working on our balance, making sure we're nice and steady. Again, if you need a bit more time to recover in between sets, just hit pause on the video and take a rest, and whenever you're ready to come back, just press play again. So, left foot goes in front this time, toes touching the heel, up nice and tall, make sure we have something to rest on, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to our standing position. Remember to try and look straight out ahead there, and not look down at the feet. That's our heel to standing balance exercise. This exercise is called walking sideways. So it's basically, as it says in the tin, you're going to take one step sideways, and then we're going to come back again. So we're going to do 2 steps each way. If you need any assistance, you can do this up against the wall. So you just hold on to the wall, and as you're against the wall, rest your hands for a bit of balance. Okay, so we're going to begin the exercise now. So take 1 step, 2 steps, and come back again. So we're just going to do this 5 times. So that's 2 done, 3 more left. Two more to go. Last time. We're just going to rest out for about 10 or 20 seconds. If that was too much for you, you can always sit down, take a longer break, or just move on to the next exercise. If you felt unbalanced at all during that, recommend again going up against the wall and having the wall there for a bit of support, that if you feel like you're going to fall forward, you can just put your hands on the wall. So ready to go for our next set. So again, 5 up and 5 back, off we go. So 1 step, 2 steps, 1 and 2, so 4 more of them to do. That's it. If you feel like it's too easy, you can take bigger steps out. If you feel like it's too difficult, just shorten your steps. So last time, and back again. Okay, so that's our sideways walking. If you find that too easy, you can add another set in. If you're finding it too difficult, just do it once or don't do as many reps. Okay, this next exercise is called the one leg stand. So simple enough. We're going to really work on our balance now. So we're going to work on our right leg first. We're going to hold on to the chair with our right hand, stand up nice and tall, and we're just going to lift the left leg up off the ground. We're going to hold it for 10 seconds, trying not to move around too much. If you're becoming unbalanced, you can always just lift the foot back down, alright? But we'll hold it for our 10 seconds. Our 10 seconds is up. We're just going to rest for again about 10-20 seconds. So this is where we're really working on our balance now, alright? So try not to lean too much onto your chair or your countertop. Try and keep all the weight in the legs. So stand up nice and tall again. Try and look straight ahead. Don't look down at the ground. Holding on for a bit of support. Again, lift the leg up, left leg up. And we're balancing on that right leg. Go for our 10 seconds. So halfway there. 3, 2, and rest. Okay, so we're going to move on to our left leg now. So again, I'll show you from the side this time. So holding on to your chair, up nice and tall, bringing the right leg up and balancing on that left leg for 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Well done. So again, if you're finding that too difficult or any aches and pains in any areas, you can always move on to the next exercise. So one last time, again balancing on the left legs, holding on with the left hand, bringing the right leg up nice and tall, off we go for 10 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, so that's our one leg stand. We will now begin our cool down for our session. So we're just going to begin by sitting in our chair. Again, back out from the back of the chair, sitting up nice and tall. And what we're going to do is right leg out in front. So you want to try and keep the leg straight, okay? So try not to bend the knee if you can. You can rest your both hands on your left leg then, and you're just going to slightly lean forward. And you should feel a stretch coming down the back of the leg here. We're going to hold that for about 10 seconds. And then for the last 5 seconds, just try and point your toes away from the body for 5 seconds. Then come back up. And you're going to do the same now on the left side. So left leg out in front, toes pointing up. Rest your hands on your right leg. Keep the leg straight and just slightly lean forward, only as far as you're comfortable with. And again, we're holding this for about 10 seconds. And after the 10 seconds then, we're just going to point the toes out away from the body for 5, and then come back up nice and tall. Okay. This time, we're just going to stretch out the upper body a wee bit. So you're just going to bring the right arm across the body and then just push the elbow behind. And again, we're going to hold this for about 10 seconds. Nice and gently. So if you feel any pain during any of these exercises, you can just move on to the next one. And then we're going to switch that to the left arm. So again, just bring the arm across and rest on the shoulder, and then push up at the elbow for 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring that back down, and then we're just going to roll the neck around, nice and easy, nice and controlled. Again, if you feel any pain, you can just skip this part of the cool down. Then we're going to go back the opposite direction, nice and controlled. Right, 3 times. Okay, and back to our centre. Okay, so that's our little walk down for today then. You can just sit down in the chair, rest. If you're feeling tired, take a wee break, have a drink of water, and move on then to the rest of your day's activities when you're feeling better. Just a reminder, booklets, if anyone wants them, just pop an email up above, and we will be able to post the booklet to you then. See you next week. Bye.